I would say on the street, up about 45% year to date. And I would also say a surprising execution that has led to some of these really strong sales and profits for this year. Let's bring in General Motors Chair and CEO Mary Barra. Mary, great to get some time with you again. Congratulations on this award. We appreciate you joining Al Finance. I know it's been a busy time. My first question to you here is, as an executive in the trenches all year, does your performance this year feel like a surprise to you?
Well, I think I'm so proud of the team at General Motors. They've all worked so hard to be able to deliver the strong performance as well as great vehicles. It's all fueled by vehicles we've been working on for a couple of years. We have the strongest internal combustion engine portfolio we've had in a long time. And this, what for General Motors, was the year of EVs. The portfolio of EVs that we have that cover the different segments from luxury to value, it really has given consumers choice between ICE and EV. And I think that's what's fueling our profitability. And people are starting to say, look and say they understand that this is a company that is differentiating itself in the industry.
What surprised you about the business as the year has gone on?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of change. We're an industry in transformation, and GM itself is in the midst of making sure we're ready and proactive for the changes that are coming. But I think what was a pleasant surprise to me, I don't know if I'd call it a surprise, but I really felt validation for the team on how well received each of our EVs were.
You know, as you look back over the past few months, is there something that you would have liked to move faster with and that you're really focused on for next year?
Well, I think this year was really, again, getting the EVs out there to get the scale, because scale is going to be so important to drive to profitability. So next year, we'll continue to build on that, hitting more milestones of how we improve the profitability of our EVs. I think also we made some difficult decisions this year to set the business up for success, because we're trying to really be proactive and look at where is the business going. So the restructuring that we did in China and the pivot that we did to Cruise, make no mistake, we are still 100% committed to autonomy, but we recognize there's quite a bit of capital that needs to be deployed into the rideshare business, and we want to deploy and work toward improving Super Cruise, getting to L3, L3 plus on our journey to L4.
You have Tesla wanting to drop robo-taxis, you now integrating your technology, Super Cruise technology into your vehicles. Are you not a believer in robo-taxi? It's not just a Tesla thing. We've heard also Uber, may want to have interest in this.
Well, I think robo-taxis are going to be important to get to really, I'll call it rideshare 2.0. We just looked at it, and operating a fleet of vehicles and all of the associated services and operations that are needed to do that is not our core business. We sell beautifully designed vehicles to consumers and to fleets, and they love technology. I mean, the feedback we get on Super Cruise is when people experience it, they say, 80% of them say, I wouldn't want to buy a car without it. And so as we looked at those insights and we looked at how we could accelerate our work in driver assistance technology, getting to L4 autonomy, we thought it was a faster path, a more focused path. And, our plan is to bring the two teams together, and between the expertise that we've brought into General Motors and the tremendous expertise that Cruise has, we think we can move faster and differentiate ourselves in this space as well.
So you see a future where there's still a human behind the wheel, enjoying the driving experience in some form.
Well, I think that what we want to do is give consumers choice. So whether it's driver assistance technology that lets them get to their destination more rested, or all the way to L4 technology where the vehicle does take over and they enjoy the ride.
You put a real flag in the ground many years ago, Mary, said we're going to be making all electric vehicles by 2035. Is that still your North Star and your hope?
Well, we still have a plan that allows us to get there, and so we're still executing to that plan. But the most important thing, and I've been saying this for a couple of years now, is we're going to be guided by the consumer. We want to give the consumer choice. What do they want to drive? We don't want to get into a situation where regulations are driving us to force something into the market that's not what they want. But I think once people start to drive an EV, they realize it's instant torque, beautifully designed. At least General Motors vehicles really